Okay, I'm going to give spoilers on the November 27th, 2011 episode of Season 2's The Walking Dead, the mid-season finale. If you have not watched this, go into your URL, type in amc.com, go watch it online, or depending on how long it is, how far in the future you're watching this, rent the DVD when it comes out, you know, if you don't, or just, go link to another video. Or, watch another one of my videos. Plug. So, yeah. That's my spoiler warning. Okay, Season 2. Holy freaking crap, guys! I freaked out at the very end. So, they broke open the barn. Stupid decision. But I did like it was interesting, rather than the comics, where the barn, the zombies got released from the barn by accident. And it's also going to change things, because in the comics, Herschel shot the zombies himself. I mean, yeah, Rick and the gang killed several too, but it was Herschel who made the decision to shoot his own son and his daughter when they got zombified. And she shot two of his sons and then, his daughter. So that was a very interesting contrast. That instead Herschel sat there helpless, supported by Maggie, while, everyone else, the kind of the badasses of the gang took up positions and shot. And then what happens after we think all the zombies are dead? We hear another one kind of scraping around. And then you see very small legs coming through. So you're like, oh crap, it's a child. Hands up. And it took me a minute to recognize it, because it's been so long. So the frickin' Sophia's missing plotline, which I'm pretty sure I can't be alone among many viewers, that this annoyed me. The fact that she goes missing in the opener of Season 2, and then we've been searching for her fruitlessly for several episodes. I can't remember how many episodes it's been. I mean, yeah, there's other things going on, but a good portion of, plot line was us searching for her. I was annoyed from the Season 2 opener when we spent most of the episode searching for her and nothing really happened. This initial attack, then not much happened after that. It's just we're wandering through the woods looking for Sophia and blah 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 blah. And just got issues. Oh, who would have guessed? We're gonna kill zombies with knives now. Whoop-de-doo. So Sophia in zombie form walks out of the barn. Holy crap! And I was I was so mad. So mad. Because it's so after all this time, Kirkland, dudes at AMC, all this time of dragging us around, I'm getting a seat to sit on, because my knees are getting sore. Me? Never mind, that's not working. After all this time, and she was a zombie in the barn the entire time. Not the entire time, but she had to be there for a significant portion of time. Come on, it wasn't Herschel threw her in there yesterday. Because that's the thing. Well, she wasn't in there the entire time because Daryl found the house that had obviously been lived in by a small person. So either there's some other child / midget running around. And if it's a midget, I hope they find him. I think the dwarf is the politically correct term. But I hope that they find that small person. And they save them. Unless their short legs have already doomed them. I mean, the doll could have been dropped when she was a zombie. That could have happened. So, after all this effort, after all we've gone through, after all the episodes of looking and waiting and worrying about her, and stupid Shane, who makes these rash decisions, was right all along. That she was dead for most of that time. I estimate 2 days. But, she had to be in the rock club. And stupid Herschel. I call out Herschel in this one. Because he did not say anything to any... He knew they were looking for a young girl. Oh, there's a young girl zombie I put in my barn. Oh, but I know everyone in the community, but I don't recognize this young girl here. I wonder if there's a connection and I should let the worrying out of her skull mother know. Oh, she's dead. Well, sick, because I think they're sick. not not. I think they're sick and not actually dead. Fair enough. He's entitled to his opinion. But she's in the barn. We want to go see her. I would suggest going to upper loft so they can't hurt you. Frick! I mean, Daryl almost died 3 times in one episode for this, and I'm not exaggerating. First, he falls off the horse and gets a crossbow stuck in him. The arrow. If that arrow had lodged somewhere else, it could have killed him. Or he could have cracked his head on a rock. Then he's nearly eaten by 2 zombies. I mean, one of them, yeah, the other one didn't really get to him, but it got darn close. And the first one was chewing on his shoes. If it had decided, I'm gonna chew on his leg instead of this tasty looking boot, no more Daryl. And then he survives all that, drags himself off the hill. I'm not gonna call that near death. I'm just gonna call it very hard. Yeah, wounded here. And again, the arrow injury was still dangerous. He could have bled out it. If he just kind of given up and lay there, he would have just bled out. Oh, I get shot in the head! Glancing blow, yes, by Andrea. If she had been an inch to her left, boom, brain matter, Daryl gone, me sad, because he is my favorite. Actually, I'd be mad. I would be like, Brah! So after all that, it was ultimately fruitless, because she was in the damn barn the entire time, and she was a zombie. And that is why these writers are freaking brilliant. Because look at that response they got from me. I was so frustrated by all this. I mean, it was also just a kind of well-done music moment. It reminded me when Andrew had to shoot Amy when Amy was rising again. But yeah. Freaking brilliant. It upset me. I'm still getting the image of zombie Sophia walking out. Because it shows how utterly fruitless your efforts are, and how damning hopeless this world is that they're in, that the zombie apocalypse is. That no matter how hard you go, no matter how much you fight, how fast you run, how hard you try, you're gonna die. And most of the world's dead anyways. And it doesn't matter if you're bitten by a zombie, you're shot by a moron, you choke on a sandwich, or you fall down the stairs. You're gonna die. It's all in vain. That's the theme of this show. That's what certain characters are fighting against, but what everyone kind of acknowledges. That's why Lori almost aborted the baby. And also, stupid... Oh, by the way, what was the secret Jenner told Rick? I thought it was that Lori was pregnant, but Rick never, kind of brought that up when they had the whole conversation. Oh, you're pregnant? Oh, well, I knew all the time because Jenner told me. Which also, but on the other hand, if she was pregnant, then Rick is a major dick for not telling her. Oh, by the way, hey, Lori, so Jenner did some blood tests. Jenner told me from the old blood test he did on us that you're pregnant. Because that's what I thought it was. That's what I thought the mysterious secret of Jenner was. But no! It's probably something like, I don't know. Fort Bennett is worthless. Burn to the ground. Daryl's gay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I said Daryl. I was going to say Glenn, but I'm like, no, Glenn's with Maggie. I'm very happy. I quite like that relationship. But what I also liked about that scene, it wasn't cold, ruthless Shane who shot Sophia. It was Rick. And that is what makes all the difference. Because, another episode, Rick... So Shane, this episode, says he's more suited for this world than Rick is. Rick really isn't meant to be in this world. Zombie apocalypse. He has too much compassion. He tries to reason with her instead of just taking things by force. And Shane has adapted very well to the entire anarchy. And has become very cold, very ruthless. I mean, dude, I totally don't think it was necessary for him to shoot Otis in the leg. That was just a dick move. No, so, but it was Rick. Because there's another episode where Lori tells Shane just flat out that, what do you call it? Is it Lori or Rick who argues? I think it was Lori who argues with Shane about what the tough decision, because Shane's like, oh, I have to make the tough decisions. I can make the tough decisions of leave people behind, because he's been arguing for a while now. Yeah, it's been 48 hours. We need to leave Sophia for dead. We need to leave. She's dead. Let's leave. I mean, okay, we find out he was right, but yeah, her mother would never, and Daryl too, without that closure. And same with Carl. They would never cope. It would drive them mad to not have that closure. So at least they have the closure now. And that actually helps me a lot too. So at least I know that she is now a zombie with a bullet in her brain. But again, Rick's compassion. So because Lori argues that the tough decisions aren't about leaving people behind, leaving people, for dead, having to shoot somebody. The tough decision is sticking it out. Fighting to keep people alive. It's not to cut loose some members of the group and cut your losses and split. That's not tough. That's cowardly. That's selfish. What is tough is staying in there for all of the group. Sticking it out, try and keep as many people alive as you can. Sacrificing. Staying behind. Staying behind is the tough choice, not leaving behind. Staying behind. And then ultimately, yes, when that person is a zombie, shooting them. And that's why Rick is the leader of this group. Rick makes the real tough choices. The actual choices that are hard. Not the ones where, you say it's a hard choice, but really, no, it wasn't for you. It was easy as hell for you, Shane. For all the people you had to leave behind. Easy as hell. Rick, and it's not even Shane didn't even raise his gun. Of course Daryl couldn't do it. TJ Glenn, of course they couldn't do it. And not even Andrew could do it. But you think, Shane is cold and ruthless, right? He's all been like, I'm adapted to this world. I can pretty much kill anybody, except probably Lori and Carl. Everybody else, he could he could write off. He wrote off Rick. Of course, he had very good reason to believe Rick was dead. Not blaming him for that. But when it came down to it, it was Rick who stepped up, pulled out his revolver, and put the bullet in Sophia's skull. And that was everything. And that's why he's the leader. He's the one making that real hard choice. I'm not just, best situation, gotta get out of here alive. But doing it for somebody else. Actually doing the dirty deed for somebody else. Taking the burden of that guilt. Not some secret crime. Because Shane, Shane almost murdered Rick, he was going to do it in secrecy. When Shane left Otis for dead, again, it was just the two of them and the zombies. Shane kind of gets away with it. Rick was the one who, in front of everybody, shot zombie Sophia. Rick is stronger. Rick actually makes the hard choices. That is why Rick is this leader. And one last thought. Is he ever going to get his signature hatchet? Because I always thought that was cool in the comics. I'm only up to, volume 3, though. So, yeah, I'm very emotional about it. I got pissed off. I think that's because this show is brilliant. And I have rambled. Until next time, my friends.